Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. I just want to say I apologize in advance for our live being so late tonight. But as you know, there was a schedule change at Bravo. They just set up our girl Kandi to fail. But you know what? Our team, we went hard. We went hard and we watched Real Housewives of Atlanta together on my TikTok, and we watched Kandi and the Gang. We went hard. We had over 100,000 likes. People were tapping their screens, and we had to go live tonight, no matter what time this show ended. We had to go because we've been watching and recapping Kandi and the Gang since episode 1, and tonight we had the season finale. And we're going to unpack some of that. I'm not going to keep you guys long. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to the OLG gang. Happy Mother's Day to Kandi. Happy Mother's Day to all of you watching. Wait, hold on. Let me put a little Vaseline on. Look. Before I show my face. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We were live earlier today recapping Love and Marriage Huntsville. So if you missed that, be sure to check that out, and be sure to check out everything that you may have missed on the channel, including an update in regards to the Kevin Samuels story and a Garcelle and Whoopi story that you may have missed. And if you haven't followed me on my social media, be sure to follow me, because you're getting under a minute recaps and hot topics on my TikTok. We're over 241,000 followers there. So be sure to follow us there. And you can also find out how you can get some glasses of your own at a discounted price. All right. All right. Shout out to everyone that's already in the live chat. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to get into this Kandi and the Gang recap. Okay. So this season has been interesting. There have been a lot of different moments that we've talked about. We even had people call in and review the food. We've talked about OLG. We talked about how it could be improved. But overall, we felt like we got a lot. My only criticism of the finale, we needed more of the OLG ladies. We needed more. Like, I appreciate everything else that they were talking about during the episode, but I would have preferred this last episode more scenes with the old lady gang, to be honest with you. I'm not that invested in the staff, and maybe in season 2 we can kind of figure out us getting a little bit more invested in the staff. To be honest with you, at the end of this, I think the only people that we truly were invested in were Brian, Phillip, because he was a mess, Patrick, and Shawndreca too. Shawndreca was a mess, but poor Shawndreca doesn't even know what a maitre d' is, and she called it Major D. No, that's the other show. Do I think that she deserved a raise? No, she didn't deserve a raise. She didn't deserve a promotion. I didn't expect the side story of Shardo, though. I thought when they brought Shardo over to OLG that he was a fantastic worker. Come to find out, he's drinking on the job and taking money from customers in order to bump them up. Shardo, now I'm looking at you like this. I do think it was unprofessional, though, of Phillip to fire him at the party. But by the end of the conversation, I wasn't sure if he was let go, because Kandi was like, Kandi, sometimes I'm looking at Kandi, though, and I'm questioning her judgment. But at the same time, I've said this before, and I'll say this again, Kandi, she's a real one. You know, you talk up so much about these other ladies and reality TV stars, but the people that are around Kandi have been around Kandi for years. Years. There are so many examples of that on this show, on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which we will be recapping tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, because we got to talk about that hot mess too. That's the one thing I can really appreciate about Kandi. But Kandi, she says she doesn't get really involved in the hiring, firing, thankfully, because these hot messes are still around, probably because you're too loyal to them. Let me take a sip. Let me start from the top. Okay. So the whole theme of this episode was them talking about recreating something that they used to do before the pandemic called Friday Night Vibe, or Friday Night Live. I think they're calling it Friday Night Vibe now. And Torin was the head of that. But Torin was very unprofessional, up and left. And all of a sudden they saw him on social media hanging out with all kinds of people in the middle of the pandemic. But it is Georgia. I don't know how I feel about Torin by the end of this season. Like, part of me sort of like, I liked him for the show, but if he didn't come back, I wouldn't miss him. Like, if Brian didn't come back, I would miss Brian. Brian in these wigs, though. Brian is a colorful one, but you know what? Not just he's not just dramatic to be dramatic. He's actually very funny. He's naturally charming. He's very funny. He's probably the heart of Kandi and the Gang this season amongst the staff. He really was the heart of the show. He had the sobriety storyline, and then he had his just fun moments, and then he had the issues with Phillip. Phillip, though, we started off with Phillip being such a major part of like, oh my God, Phillip the villain, to Phillip just sort of like falling to the background, which I'm sure he preferred. So they're planning this entire episode. They're planning Friday night vibe. Don Juan had to have a moment this episode because Don Juan and Torin doesn't know boundaries. Torin walks around there as if he is a manager. And I don't remember what Torin's title was, but I never thought, if anything, I know Don Juan is your boss and Kandi is your boss. And I know you said, well, Kandi signs my check. Well, I'm sure that check that's being given to Kandi to sign is coming from Don Juan. The level of professionalism with Torin, I'm a little concerned about, because we remember how he walked away from the job was very unprofessional, and the way he was reintroduced to the show and this job to Phillip, he was unprofessional. Now you're being unprofessional to Don Juan. Don Juan was definitely doing a lot, but Don Juan is also a producer on the show. So don't forget, Don Juan's like, Don Juan from RHOA. He was always stirring the pot there too. So he was like, we get paid way too much to be running to the store for you. I do think that Torin could work on his management skills, especially if you want to consider yourself a manager. But he could definitely work on his management skills. Okay. All right. So Patrick, as you know, who I love Patrick. He's another one that's like a heart of the show. He's doofy. He's funny. He's goofy. He actually makes me laugh on the show. Like, we need Patrick to come back. And if we get a second season, he will be back because he's Kandi's cousin. But the scene with his mom, Winnie, who we've seen on RHOA, I thought that was really sweet because she got really emotional because he's about to propose to Miriam. Okay, Miriam. Look, I liked Miriam in the beginning, but as we've gotten to know Miriam throughout the season, I'm just sort of like, she seems a little controlling. But if you like it, I love it. If that works for him, for some people, that works in their relationship. And I like at the end of this Kandi and the Gang season, they gave us a 6 months later update. Thankfully, because, we're not getting an official reunion. I believe there will be a reunion on Kandi's YouTube, but we're not getting an official reunion. So we got that sort of update from everyone 6 months later. Remember, they were filming the show for like the last 3 years. But because of the pandemic, because of scheduling, it took a lot longer for us to get the show. Hopefully, when we do get another season of Kandi and the Gang, we will get something that's a little bit more pushed out there in a more timely way, because now things are starting to get into a better space. And I hope they give them a better time to put the show out there, because I felt like the timing of putting out Kandi and the Gang, it had to deal with the Oscars, it had to deal with the Grammys, then it had to deal with holidays, and then they switched up the timing because of the new show Love Match Atlanta, which I will be talking about on our Tuesday Takeover. If you don't follow us on our Tuesday Takeover every Tuesday afternoon, where we talk about 90 Day Fiance and we talk about some other reality shows that I'm watching, including season 12 of Married at First Sight. That season, I'm going to have a lot to say come Tuesday. Along with, we're going to talk about Love Match Atlanta. I haven't looked at Twitter. I haven't seen what people were saying about it. They did invite me to their watch party, but I was like, I'm in New York and I'm not flying to Atlanta. No offense. No offense. Okay. Unless you're gonna fly me out. Oh, Vagillian says Miriam was likable this episode because she didn't say anything. Miriam, aka Safari, she barely said anything this episode. So that's why she was likable. We'll get to their engagement in just a second. We do get a few different moments. We had Phillip and Kandi, Don Juan, and Todd having a conversation. Todd, I have to say, the latest episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta and this episode of Kandi and the Gang, Todd had me. I think we need to see a little bit more of Todd because I think if we see more of Todd, we won't hate Todd as much. I don't hate Todd, but according to Mama Joyce's streets, half of Atlanta hates Todd. But I really liked Todd this week. I was like, Todd, we need more of this Todd. Funny, humorous. I liked his costume at the party. Data says, Kim trying to get flued out. Okay, city girl, you know what? Chocolate Chuck says, I haven't seen the episode. I'm just here for the shade. You know, you guys are our best. You guys are our best. Guys, if you haven't already, we have almost 300 people in the building watching our recap of Kandi and the Gang. Be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting other channels and our channel that recap shows like this, reality TV, but also it helps support the actual show and letting Bravo know that you want to see a second season of Kandi and the Gang. All right, moving right along. Okay, so Phillip meets with Kandi, Todd, and Don Juan, and he lets them know he is going to come back, but they are discussing who do they think needs to be let go. So of course, Brandon and Dom come up, and they're like, that's a very weird situation, but they put Brandon to the side, even though we've watched this entire season, Brandon dropped the ball, and we're like, Brandon should be fired. But no, Richard. We didn't expect that to be the story. Apparently, Richard was drinking on the job. And then, of course, at the end, when Phillip fires him at the party, we find out that he was taking money from customers to push them up the line. And they have it on camera. He's like, how do you know I do that? I didn't see that. He's like one of those people that you got to keep your eye on. You think he's sweet and innocent, but he's really... Okay, Shardo, we see you. Is Shardo still working for them? Did we get an update from Shardo? I can't remember. We were doing so much when we were watching this. Did we get an update from Shardo? Or Shardo fired and they didn't do one? But they even referred to Shardo as the water boy. Torin referred to him as the water boy. Like, Shardo, get us a glass of water. Does Shardo have low self-esteem? You think they would be calling me the water boy? Oh, hell to the no. Damn, and Brian, and that wig that he was wearing, not at the party, but at his house, the same wig he gave us last week. So it looks like Brian's business with Todd is going to actually happen. Not sure if it's going to be its own restaurant or within one of Todd's restaurants, or maybe another OLG. But they were jamming on that sucker at the Friday Night Vibe. Part of me wants to try it. Then part of me is like, some of the mixes what they were talking about, I was like, I don't know about that. Oh, okay. And this is like another reason why I love Brian, because we have these deep emotional moments with Brian. We have these funny moments with Brian, and then I don't know how we got into the conversation. Have you ever been with a woman? And he was like, yes, she was a friend, and it was 3 pumps. Not 3 pumps. 3 pumps? Well, Brian, you went further with a woman than I ever did. Happy Mother's Day. let's move on. Let's move on. So Patrick and his mom Winnie, who we've seen over the years on Real Housewives of Atlanta, he's going to this florist to get flowers, roses for Safari, aka Miriam. And the roses were gorgeous, but she got emotional because she's like, my son is about to get engaged, and she really feels like he's ready now to get engaged again because he was engaged before. But she feels like he's ready, but she's also getting emotional because she's like, you're my baby boy. And he's like, you'll always be my number one. It was a sweet scene. It was a sweet scene. I was just like, you could tell the genuine love among these family members and the genuine moments that we're having. And this is what producers need to find, are these genuine, authentic, real moments. I know you have to pre-produce these elements, but we need real emotion. And we're getting that with Kandi and the gang. So I thought that was a sweet scene, but he's preparing to propose to Miriam. I don't know if this is I didn't get deep love from this relationship, but then again, Patrick is not that deep. Woo, 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 Patrick. Woo, woo, woo. I love Patrick, though. I love him. Okay, let me not say that because I think he's a good guy. I think he's a good guy. Guys, we have over 300 and something people watching our recap of Kandi and the Gang season finale for season 1. Hopefully they will get a second season. I don't see why they wouldn't. Especially if they renewed Watch What Happens Live for 2 more seasons. Theo says Patrick is not that deep. That's what she said. You know what, Theo? Common Sense says, love the way Patrick loves the women in his life, right? But you know what? I think the women in his life have helped him be who he is today. I feel like they've all raised him because Kandi said that she also helped raise Patrick. So I feel like it was a community of women that helped raise this guy. And although he might be a little bit of a playboy and a little, woo woo woo, I do feel like authentically he's a good person. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So Friday Night Vibe is here. Everyone is dressed up in their themes. Honestly, the best dress for me, okay, Todd, I like Todd's costume, but it looked like he bought that costume off of Amazon, like the entire costume. So I wasn't truly impressed. But of everyone's costume, he was probably the best dressed besides my girl Dom. Dom, I don't know if that was 70s inspired, but it looked good on you, girl. It looked good on you. I was like, okay, Dom. But they also, look, so this Friday Night Vibe, look, I get it. It sounds like a great idea, but it's in the parking lot of OLG. So it kind of looked a little run down. I'm not going to lie. It looked a little run down. But some people don't mind that. I just don't understand how, like, is this for customers? Is this for the staff? Like, how are you making money off of this? I can appreciate celebrating up and coming artists. They were performing. And then we had that Don Juan moment where he's yelling at Torin and Torin walks away. I'm just like, Torin, I don't know how you still have a job. But Kandi seems to think everything's going great. Everything is going great. Afro says, did Shawndreca get fired? Oh, wait, did Shawndreca get fired? It seemed like Phillip was like, yeah, we're firing you at this party. But then when Kandi speaks to him, it didn't seem like he was fired. I was just like, first of all, why would you fire him at a party where he's not working? And so Phillip, I'm actually surprised at you because I always got professional from you, mostly. So to me, that was so unprofessional. Why are we even discussing that right now in this particular place? So that was a little weird for me. TP says Don Juan is unprofessional when it comes to having conversations with employees. Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. The professionalism, we've talked about that throughout the season. It's lacking all across the board because yelling at Torin at this party, at this event, is not professional. If you have an issue, then you take him to the side or you take him inside and have the conversation. But Don Juan's a producer of the show, so of course he wants to have a TV moment. He wants to have a TV moment. And he did. And he did. The event was cool, but the sweet part that I honestly was not interested in until it happened was Patrick proposing to Miriam. She shouldn't have told us her real name. She shouldn't have. I actually thought it was sweet. And I felt like her reaction, although she may have saw it coming, I felt like she didn't see it coming based off her reaction. It was like, oh, shoot. And she got really emotional. I thought it was really, really sweet. Pam says, I love when you do those faces. Which faces? TP says, he gave me a flashback to RHOA Dawan. Exactly. Tyra says, Dawan was rude and out of line to me. Not a good look. Yeah, I didn't love the big blow up. It just was like, I didn't see it coming. And even the remark, we make too much money to be doing that. Dawan, I know you've done things below your pay grade before just to get things done. I'm surprised that we're seeing so much of you at OLG because you do so many things. But you're a producer of the show, so of course you're going to be there. Bernita says, yes, cute proposal. I thought it was such a sweet proposal. I was like, I was not looking forward to the proposal. I knew it was coming. And then when it happened, I said, oh, I said, this was sweet. And before she could even say yes, Aunt Bertha said yes. Did y'all notice that? He's like, will you marry me? Caption, Aunt Bertha, yes. Yes. I'm gonna miss Aunt Bertha on our camera, on our TV screens. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a little bit of the OLG. Oh no, we are gonna get at least Mama Joyce during this new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Guys, we will recap Atlanta tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern here on the channel. So stay tuned for that. Let me see what you got. Oh, let me drop the call-in link, guys. If you haven't already, like the video. Let's get to 200 likes. I'm gonna drop the call-in link in case any of you want to call in. I know it's quite late, but blame Bravo and Andy. We normally do our recaps at 10:15, but they pushed poor Candy Bag a whole hour to promote this new show, Love Match Atlanta. I hope it was worth it. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me drop the call-in link if you guys have things that you want to say. If not, we will go to bed because I already been here for almost a half hour. Let me see what you got. Yeah. On Bertha is fun. Like I wish we got more of OLG. You saw on Bertha by the end of the episode, she was like, can we leave? I've been here for hours. I've been here for hours. On Bertha was not here for this show. On Bertha is doing quite okay without being on television. Okay. On Bertha was like, what? Why is this over yet? And you know that scene from earlier in the season, I think it was like episode 1. She's like, we gotta do this again. That's on Bertha. Yes. Chocolate Chunk says, are we recapping the new show this week? Yes, we're going to be recapping Love Match Atlanta during our Tuesday takeover. If it's really good, then I'll do a separate recap of Love Match Atlanta, but we're going to do a recap of course, 90 Day Fiance and Love Match Atlanta on Tuesday. Thank you so much, Alim, for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel, and we appreciate you being here. It's okay. Pam says, I love you, Kemp. Sorry, I haven't seen yet. Sundays, my heart is late. It's okay. I understand. And it's late. All right. Let's take a couple of quick callers, guys, and I'm going to let you guys go. This is the season finale of what we've been recapping for the last, how many weeks? 10 weeks of Kandi and the Gang. And I have to say, it was a nice way to close things out. I love the 6 months later. Everyone seems to be doing well and being successful. And I look forward to a second season to see how we can make this show even better. To me, it has the potential to be even better than some of the shows that are currently on Bravo. All right. Gabriella, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on?
Hello, it's morning here. It's 5 a.m. And
Oh,
I say one thing. Thank you, Kempire, for the 6 months. I do my morning routine, my sports, everything with you in the live when you
thank
do
you.
every live. And I say one thing. Patrick and with his mom and Patrick and the proposal was so touching moment.
Mhm.
It touched my heart like a young girl, like everybody here. And he really love his mom. And I love Brian. I love his journey, and it's really an hard and hypersensitive guy. I think that, and for Shadow, it's very sad. But maybe he can make a lawsuit because he was humiliated in national TV show. It's not a good movement for Kandi, everything like that, because it's very big accusation to take money to drinking job. Maybe he can get a job after that. It's possibility why we don't hear about Shadow, but everything was so good that night. The show was so good, and I love these 6 months. And yes, it's a good TV show with good emotion, with real people, and I love that. I hope a very good 2 seasons, and I love to see you with you, Kempire, and all the Kempies. Bye bye. Have a good
Au
day.
revoir.
Au revoir.
Bye. All right. We're going to take one more caller, guys. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Kandi and the gang. I know we normally do this a little bit earlier, but look, it's the way things worked out today with the schedule for Bravo. But if you're part of the replay crew, I want to know how you'd rate the final episode of Kandi and the Gang. I asked you that question on our live chat, and you guys gave it a good rating with over almost 300 votes. You voted this episode between 7 and 10 with 74% of the vote. That's really, really good. That's really, really good. But replay crew, I want to know how you would rate the season finale of Kandi and the Gang and what you thought of it, and if you think it should get a season 2. In My Opinions is still up. She was here with us early this afternoon. I'm going to bring her up. What's going on, In My Opinion?
How you doing, Kempire?
Well, how are you?
Oh, I'm okay. Let me tell you something. First of all, I thought this was a really nice, light episode. And I did like that they showed 6 months later. But let me tell you something. My final advice for Kandi, if she's going to do this again, get your restaurant in order. We don't want to see your dirty kitchen because it's not going to make people want to come there. I'm sorry. I am proud that Brian, got his, he's working on his sorrow roles. I'm wishing him all the best. And that's all I got to say. I'm gonna pray for the Miriam and Patrick. I'm gonna pray for them.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, In My Opinion. Have a good night.
Okay, you too.
Bye. I wasn't ready for that. Okay. I had to go under the desk. Okay. All right, Jennifer, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Jennifer?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
Oh, well, how are you?
My mouth is still open from In My Opinion. I wasn't expecting that neither. But but she ain't lying. But anyway, do you think they're gonna get a second season?
I think they could. I mean, as I said to you before, we see Watch What Happens Live's ratings, and they gave them magically two more seasons. Why not? The ratings for Kandi and Gang were not terrible. They weren't even in 200,000. Their lowest was like 300 and something thousand viewers.
Yeah, they can get rid of Watch What Happens Live. But I'm serious, they can. But I really like the show. I'm so happy for Patrick. But I really, really love the way Patrick loved on the women in his life.
Yeah.
I mean, when they leave this earth, they can't say that boy didn't love on them because he
Especially today when we're talking and celebrating about Mother's Day, it was like it's nice to see.
It was. I was kind of crying with him and his mom. I was like dropping some tears. I was like, oh, my husband was thinking I was mad because I didn't get enough gifts, but no, I was crying about that. Yes, but anyway, I enjoyed you. I was with you all day today, so I enjoyed you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. We appreciate you. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day.
I did. I really did. Yeah. They're capping on me because I'm supposed to get new glasses and my son was buying me 2 new pair. And everything I showed him, he was like, nope, 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 nope. I was like, and he asked me, he said, are you on the Medi-Cal site? That was cold, huh?
Wow. Damn, not to say that to you on Mother's Day. Disrespectful.
Wrong. I said, boy, 19 and a half hours. I could have told him to keep you.
Ooh.
But, But anyway, enjoy and
Thank you.
blessings to your mother for such a wonderful, wonderful man.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful night.
You too. Bye-bye.
You guys are great. I was just on my TikTok talking about, of course there's negative comments in the world, but I have to say probably 99% of the comments and the messages that I receive are so uplifting and positive and just so full of love. People talking about how I've gotten them through some really dark moments, especially on a day like today, Mother's Day, where people have lost their mothers. So shout out to anyone that's going through, they're having a difficult time this Mother's Day because you've lost your mother. So thank you for those sweet messages about that, because I'm just here to make you laugh, I'm not even a comedian, and I'm not claiming to be. I'm not T.I. Okay. Anyways, guys, let me take one last caller. Florence, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Florence? Are you there, Florence? Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Oh, Florence. There we go.
Hey.
Let me drop the other one out. Uh-oh. It's
yes,
like
I know. I
had
had my whole phone froze, so I had to log out and came back in.
Yes.
But I enjoyed the episode. I hope they get a season 2 because it's a nice little filler. In between seasons, since there was a delay in Atlanta. The matchmaking show was great. I can't wait to hear you talk about it. So I wish I had something like that here in Dallas. I would sign up. But my only comment is, Rashado, if you're gonna do something shady, you don't do it in front of witnesses. Sir, you take that money and put it in your pocket and shh.
On camera.
I know. And I know he was probably collecting little coins to move people up. I had a job once where we were not allowed to collect tips, but if someone slipped something in my hand, it went in my pocket and we kept it moving. But
I'm not surprised by that.
Yes. Just not in front of witnesses. That's all.
I wonder if we will see him next season, because Kandi is loyal and she likes him.
Yes, but that's a big no. So
she was very upset about that.
Yes, and it's not a good look, because now people are gonna know and walk into the restaurant and be like, "Hey, sir, can you move me on up? Here's a little 20
to eat that dry chicken." I mean,
ooh, shade.
I mean, I need to go there. I really do need to go there, but now I'm afraid they might spit my food.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I want to eat there. And my thing is, I'm the same way. I'm not one of those who's gonna wait in line. I'm not that dedicated. So if it's around the block, sorry, we go somewhere else. I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it. All right,
sir. You have a good night.
You too. Thank you, Florence.
Bye.
Bye. Look, and you know what? I have to give it to Kandi. Shout out to Kandi, because she, despite our shadiness, she appreciates that we talk about the show. She appreciates that we review the show. And we did not drop the ball like we did with Queens. Sidebar, you saw Queens on ABC, it didn't get renewed. That's a nice way of saying it got canceled. Brandy stayed with a job. Brandy filming a Christmas movie. Brandy will be okay. All the ladies of that cast will be okay. Notori stays with a job, okay? I know what's his name is working on another power something, so Notori will be fine. And the other ladies, look, Eve is celebrating her best life now with her baby. Who else? Look, who else? And that other young lady I didn't really know. Data said I would pay to move up the. And I'm not paying to move up that line. No. Kevin says, "Oh my God, no, Queens was good." I mean, there were a lot of people that did like Queens. So I think a lot of people were shocked that it didn't get renewed. But I feel like if it does come back, let it come back on a cable network where they can kind of really go in. You know what I mean? So for those of you that didn't know, look, did you think I really was going to do a separate video talking about Queens was canceled? We dropped the ball on Queens. Oh my God, how many episodes in? Nora, you might remember. It wasn't that many episodes. I couldn't. Queens as not Queens as Queens, the show on ABC. The Queens is the show on ABC. Exactly. K Baby says ABC was the wrong network for Queens. Like, we needed that on Stars or HBO, but the writing wasn't that great. We probably also needed some new writers. The music was good though. The music was really good for Queens. All right. How did we get on Queens? I don't know. This is our final recap of Kandi and the Gang. It was a fun show to recap, refreshing reality TV, but I had a good feeling about the show when I heard about the premise a couple of years ago. Glad that we finally were able to get it on our TV screens. Now, of course, our Sundays will be just our watch parties, at least for now. I don't think I'm going to go live on a Sunday night to recap Real Housewives of Atlanta because I want to watch Atlanta again. So tomorrow I will watch Atlanta again, and we'll be recapping Real Housewives of Atlanta at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. I am also going to watch Love Match Atlanta. I'm hearing good things so far from you guys, so I trust our audience, and we will recap that. If I like it enough tomorrow, maybe I will do a separate recap tomorrow evening. Maybe. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TeamKempire.com. Don't forget to join our texting community so you can get notifications when we're going live, when there's breaking news, when you can drop me G. Join at TextKempire.com. And don't forget, data and message rates may apply. Get your coldest water bottle. You know the deal, y'all. I didn't want to keep you guys here too long because I know you guys have to get up early. I do too. Look, my job is never ending, but I appreciate all of you calling in, being a part of the conversation. Replay crew, I want to know your thoughts. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. If you are a mother biologically, or you are a mother by adopting, or a mother just because you are a mother figure, or if you are a mother to be, whatever form of mother that you are, thank you. Have a wonderful night, guys. I appreciate you all being here. Let's get out of here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. Have a good night. Bye. What's on going to play? Oh.
That's what I said before he kissed me again. I'm drowning in the ocean, being betrayed by emotion. I know that he's playing with my heart, he's playing with my heart. For no reason I didn't listen, his eye and his kisses. I know that he's playing with my heart. I was happy with you, don't forget about it. But you never loved me and you always thought it. I'm dying, disappearing while you never felt the same thing. Hey, I remember that every day. Oh yeah, and now he is calling. And he's feeling something for me. Hey, I will never believe in his promises. That's what I said before he kissed me again. Oh, I'm drowning in the ocean, being betrayed by emotion. I know that he's playing with my heart, he's playing with my heart. For no reason I didn't listen, his eye and his kisses. I know that he's playing with my heart, playing with my heart, he's playing with my heart, playing with my heart, he's playing with my heart. I know that he's playing with my heart, he's playing with my heart, playing with my heart, he's playing with my heart. I know that he's playing.